Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and thanks for joining me today. A few announcements, and then we'll get on with a recap of the USMEX show. The Tucson Coin Show, which we're hosting the third weekend in January. You can go to TucsonCoinshow.com. We are going to have all of the funds from the door sales are going to go to the Campos family for a fundraiser for their daughter battling cancer, and also we will start taking more donations of any kind. You know, if you have stuff that maybe you want to donate as an item, we can sell on their behalf. Leading up to that, we're still trying to figure out a few of those details, but we will also have donations at the door. So we're going to do fundraisers along with the show, and I'm really happy that that's going to happen. So just be ready for that. And for those of you who don't know, there's oftentimes chronology to these videos, and if you want to see them in order, some things make more sense in order. Some things do not. But if you'd like to see them in order, just remember to subscribe and go ahead and hit the notification bell. And then all of the technology tells you, when it's happening. But for those of you who don't want to do any of that, also just tune in every day. Our videos drop at the same time every day. Time zones change, not for us because we're in Arizona. So, that'll happen for you guys. But all right. USMEX show. What is this show? It's a club show in Scottsdale, Arizona. This club has, I think, north of 300 members in it, and you have to be a club member to get into the show. So you sign up for a membership. It's $30 a year. I went ahead and did a lifetime membership because I just figure I'm going to try to do the show every year. It's what you might call a boutique show. In other words, it's not a very large show. In fact, it's smaller than our local club shows are as far as the number of vendors that are there. You had a room that probably had 30 dealers or so in it, and it's something that's 3,000 or 4,000 square feet. The facility is lovely, by the way. I mean, that's really nice. What's interesting about this show to me is it really is about coin collecting. Now, I know that's going to sound odd to you, but aren't all coin shows about coin collecting? But there seems to be just a importance to the show of knowledge and learning, and so that is something that I know that other shows do different types of presentations, but the vibe here is a little different in that the people that are there, they really feel like it's part of a tight-knit community and that they're there for the same reasons. So this show is a Thursday afternoon show with an all-day Friday, all-day Saturday, and there's an auction set up with it. But on Friday and Saturday, between those 2 days, there are 8 different speakers that they have. So lots of times when you go to a bigger show, like Central States Fun Show, A&A shows, they will have presenters, and those presenters will be oftentimes, even though there's thousands of people who walk through the show, they don't have a lot of attendees. Maybe you've got a couple dozen attendees watching you present. Well, at this show, you probably only have a few hundred attendees, but then the presenters will have 40, 50, 60 people in there watching. So when the presenters go on and it's in a different room, you'll see the show will actually empty out a little bit because people are going to watch the presenter. So it's an interesting vibe. What's cool about boutique size shows is you can really spend time with the dealers and talk about specific items. And what's fun about this show is, of course, that it is all non-US. Not all. I mean, there are US coins mixed in there, but you're talking about people that specialize in either Mexican, South and Latin America, and you get to see coins that you normally wouldn't get to see. So if you live anywhere that's a few hours away from Scottsdale and you want to see neat coins and you don't want to have to go through a room with thousands of dealers, sorry, hyperbolic speech. If you don't want to have to go through a room that's has hundreds of dealers and try to pick out the stuff that's different or unique, this is a fun show to go to where you can see coins that you won't see anywhere else, or if they are at a bigger show, they might be harder to find. There were several dealers set up there who have auctions that they run. In fact, stay tuned for that video later this week. We're going to show some of the auction catalogs, and that sounds a little odd, but you're actually not going to want to miss some of the content that's in there. To me, it's just absolutely fascinating stuff. but then the coins and paper notes are actually on display there that are going to go up for auction. So you get to see some really unique, one-of-a-kind pieces while you're there. I hope to also, speaking of just like show reviews and stuff, maybe I can get some word in from some people who were at IMEX in Tennessee. Obviously, I was not there. I was at Scottsdale at this show instead. But we'll take a look and see. We'll try to get a peek in there and get some reports back to you on what happened there. So one of the things that was there, I did go to one presenter, and Jay Turner from PCGS was there presenting on counterfeits. And it was a very fun is the right word. It was interesting. I learned a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that are just kind of high level. We started the basics, and then he built up to stuff that was more esoteric or harder to locate, and really definitely inspired me to figure out how to make a few more videos to just explain some stuff to you guys on counterfeiting. And also PCGS had a grading competition there. So what they do is they have a box of 20 coins, and they actually all said USMEX 2020 on them. And 2023. I don't know what year it is. It's okay. My phone does. So USMEX 2023 PCGS and their holders, and then it said coin 1 and then coin 2 and coin 3. And you have a sheet and you fill out. And I hope they grade on a curve. That's all I can say. What's interesting about this is it gives you I find myself being more critical when I look at other people's coins. And that's something that I was reminded of when I went through this process. And it's something that we all should be reminded of when we look at our own coins. It's kind of like when there's kids in a fight and you're like, what? Not my kid. My kid's perfect. You might not actually think that or say that out loud, but you may take your kid's side when maybe you shouldn't. It's the same thing here with the coin grading. It's like, my coins are great. What are you talking about? You're losing it. And then you look at someone else's coins. You're like, yeah, that's just so-so, especially when you're not buying the coins. Like, you really start to remove all emotion when it's not a coin you're going to buy. So there's a lot of really cool grading, tips that you can learn when you go through a process like that. And I'd almost recommend just at your local club setting something up like that for looking at coins, especially coins you don't collect. Just to kind of get a feel for the process of removing the emotions from yourself and looking at the coins more objectively, shall we say. I bought a few things. There'll be a new purchase video, and there was the dealers there. I think generally were pretty happy with the amount of business they were doing. A couple guys I think were having an off day or two, but most of the guys it looked like were doing a pretty steady business while they were there. And it is interesting also because it is more of a social and networking show. It feels like you're at Coin Club. If you've got a Coin Club and you've got that feeling of community, you really get that feeling at this show. So definitely worth going to. If any of you went to the show and you hadn't been to the show before and you went, please leave comments down below about what you felt, what you saw, what you thought of the show, and leave that down. Maybe we'll pin your comments up here and share them with everybody else. So in the meantime, everyone else have a wonderful week. Look forward to some new information, new ideas, and new coins coming up this week. And as always, I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. And wait till you see the samples.